Welcome to our home. I cannot even believe I am saying those words because this has been such a process of trying to find our home, ultimately purchase our first home as first-time home buyers, find the place that we can really put down roots and grow our family in and really settle down. And when I say that this house has checked every single one of our boxes and more, it's almost as if it's been perfectly designed by God that this place has just fell into our laps. I'm of course going to show you guys around the place here in a second because we're going to be spending a lot of time here over the next years and years to come. This is a house we see ourselves being in for hopefully a long time, to have multiple kids here. Our kids can grow up here, to maybe have another dog here possibly. We are just so excited about everything, but I just have to say how thankful I am that God placed this house just on our path. Aiden and I, when we were going through this whole home buying process from the start, we said we wanted our house to never feel like something we were really having to stretch for. We were having to do things that we weren't comfortable with, something that was just a giant struggle. We wanted to feel so much peace about this whole journey. And when I say that this house, of course, there have been parts about buying a house and just the whole journey in general that haven't been easy. It's never easy. I'll share all kind of the nitty-gritty details in a different video, but it has just felt so peaceful. And this is really the first day that we have just been like coming over and seeing Connor run around here and Cash run around here. It's so special that this is our home. And I know so many of you have been around here for just years, since I've been in my bedroom in high school, my hot pink bedroom, to New York City, to here when I first got married, and now purchasing our first home. And so I also just wanted to say thank you so much for sticking around over the journey of all my different seasons of life. I'm so grateful for you. And again, none of this could be possible either without you and your love and support. But that is enough sap. Let's go ahead and show you around the place. Starting off with the main entry room. This is kind of the main living room. I think we'll turn this into our room where we watch TV in with our sectional. I am obsessed with the fireplace. It is a gas fireplace, but it's a fireplace nonetheless. So cozy. Let me know if we should keep the brick this color, this stain on it. I really like it personally, but I have seen people do like German schmear, I think that's what it's called, on fireplaces, and that looks really nice too. We're obsessed with this room, obsessed with all the windows right here. It's nice that this is sectioned off. It's not completely open concept, but it's nice to still have all these windows. For one, getting natural light. This house has so much natural light in it, but it still keeps it open. It really does feel cozy still with that. Right here we have this, I guess it's just a formal dining room, but it's so beautiful with the shears right here. You can hear the birds chirping outside. It's such a beautiful day. We also have, I think it's a Japanese maple tree. I think that's what it is outside, which is just nice to look out on. It's really pretty. We realistically, I think, see ourselves being more in the kitchen as a breakfast nook that I'll show you. But this is of course nice to have for just more formal dining occasions, which we don't do a ton of right now, but maybe now we'll actually make it happen. This right here is my absolute favorite room in the house. I have dreamt of having a sunroom since I was little. My grandparents have always had a sunroom, and it's just been the place I have gravitated towards. And the fact that we have this whole room to be, we're not even sure exactly what we want. I'm thinking maybe a little reading room. I love the idea of putting a little like craft nook or something in here for Connor, because it would just be such a nice place to do art and crafts, all that. But the light that this room gets is absolutely incredible. The skylights in here just let in all this just warm, beautiful, inspiring light. And I can tell that this is just gonna be the place that I gravitate towards. And again, just the windows back here. I also really like that our bedroom looks out into this room. I just think it's so dreamy. I am not totally sure if we're gonna leave this neutral. We kind of like the idea of doing a fun color, but let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear. Coming into the kitchen, this is our kitchen. I am so excited about this kitchen. When we walked in, we were just so obsessed with especially the layout of this kitchen. I don't know what these are up here. They're not real wooden beams, but the look of them is really nice. We have so much counter space. That's something in our last kitchen. We had plenty of counter space, but nothing crazy. Love our little breakfast nook. I've always dreamt of having just a sweet little breakfast nook that we'll probably end up eating most of our meals at because it's super comfortable. We'll probably replace the upholstery on the bench right there. We have a nice, I don't even know what bush is outside of here. It looks like something with blueberries on it. They're not actual blueberries, but some kind of berries out there. And yeah, obviously this house isn't painted. We just bought it as is. So you guys know I've been wanting to do a yellow kitchen, which I'm really excited about. I do think we'll have to be smart about what shade of yellow we do because this definitely has windows, but doesn't get the most natural light in here. So we're gonna see what looks good. We do plan on redoing the floors. That wasn't something we planned to do initially. We knew we wanted to in time, but with our inspection, they found a leak that the sellers had to fix, and so they ripped up part of the floors. So we thought, you know what? We just thought it probably makes sense to do that before we move in anyways, and then hopefully the countertops too. Not exactly sure what we're doing yet, but I'm just really excited to make our kitchen our own. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I love cooking, love baking, and this is just such a nice space to be able to make lots of things. We also have this little, it's kind of like what you would find in a mudroom where you can hang bags and you have some storage. I just think that's really sweet. The thought of our kids' backpacks being there is just really sentimental. We also have some stuff on it right now, but we have this nice little desk, which I know is more old school, but I actually really like it. I don't see myself really having an office. I find I'm always just working wherever in the house, but it's kind of nice to have a desk there in case you want to get some work done. Lighting is a little funky right here, but this room is also one of our favorites. I guess you would call this a den. I love the wood paneling. I don't know if this is real wood. I know this isn't real up there, but it is so cozy, and we've had some people ask if we're gonna paint it. I personally really like the wood look. Let me know what you think. I think that this house has so much charm to it that I'm really nervous about really trying to switch anything up because yeah, I think it's really cozy. Ada might use this as an office. This just gives such a great office space. I think that it would be really nice, but it would also be a cute TV room. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear. And here we have this little room that will probably end up being a guest room because it does have a bathroom attached to it, which is great. With Aiden's family being farther north, they're here all the time, which we love. So it's great to have the space to be a guest room. We also have another room we might use as a guest room. Not too sure. I love the look of shutters. It's nice that a few of the rooms in here already have shutters because those are very expensive to put in. I've been doing my research and I did not realize they're a pretty penny to put in actual shutters. It's nice they left the sconces too, and then the view from the window is super cute too. And here we have a little guest bathroom, but it does have a shower, which is great. So it's a full bathroom, has a bathtub too, which is great if you have people visiting with kids. I like that there's a bathtub in here if they need to use it, even though they could use whatever bathtub they wanted to. And then here we are in our primary bedroom. The light in this room is gorgeous. I don't know if this is crown molding exactly that's above me, but so beautiful, so much character in this room. Again, I love the shutters in here. We had those in our rental too, and it's just nice to have those again in here because they definitely give just that kind of cottagey look. It's pretty spacious too. Probably gonna keep this room pretty simple. I really like it as is. I don't imagine we'll paint it. If we do, it'll probably just be another neutral color. Again, I love that it looks out into the sunroom too. Our realtor was asking if we'd want to keep these doors here because it's kind of less privacy, but personally, I really like it. I think that it's really cozy in here. Obviously, Cash is really liking the place too. He has felt at home immediately since we walked in here. Moving into our bathroom, this is our primary bathroom. It is huge. I am not a huge bathroom person. I really don't need a lot of space. I find we don't use double sinks really that often, so I just don't really care that much about a bathroom, but it is nice having a lot of space in here. And the tile, I think they replaced rather recently. I will say we do have to replace, I'm pretty sure, the entire shower. That was one of the big things that I'll talk about when it comes to inspection and everything, and the most expensive thing that we have to fix is our shower pan. So I'm not sure if that was done incorrectly or what. We have a nice big shower in the meantime that we'll have to see what we end up wanting to do. I do like to take a bath every now and then. I'm not huge on baths, but it's great to have that. Again, just a lot of space. We got our toilet. Standing here in what is probably going to be my closet. I imagine this will be mine, and then Aiden has his own too. This is crazy to each have our own closet. I just keep thinking, especially since we started dating in New York City, and in New York City, basically every little thing that you get, even just having a washer and dryer in unit, even having a single closet for your clothes between the two of you, feels like a luxury. So just the fact that we each have our own closet is really great. I don't imagine we'll change much in here either. Probably probably just do some organizational things, but they really have a lot of just organizational shelves, racks, everything already in here. This is also the only area in the house that has carpet, which I just think is interesting. It's kind of nice. I prefer it that way, so we can just put rugs everywhere, but the carpet that is in here is super clean, which we love. And then we have Connor's room, which has such a fun layout. It has these really tall ceilings. It also has very orange color paint in it right now, which I can kind of see the vision for, but we are planning on painting this blue like his room is right now. But we are thinking of doing something fun with this room that I'm really excited about. But what a fun room. They actually had these built-ins here that I guess they did end up taking, which totally makes sense, but it looks really cool. They had a bunk bed. It was really sweet. So I'm excited for him just to grow up in this room too, I think. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about this room that feels very whimsical and fun. And again, another ceiling fan. We have so many ceiling fans in this house. Our house right now, I don't think has any ceiling fans, so it's great that we really have one in every single room. Being a little bit quiet because Connor's sleeping next door, but we have another bedroom right here. This one, again, very spacious in here. We also think this might be an office in the meantime before a kid kind of takes over in here, but we have some paneling that is kind of ripping up, so I'm not sure what we'll do on this wall. We also noticed when we did our walkthrough that there are hydrangeas outside of this window, which is just so great. Aiden had no idea they even grew here because just growing up in the Northeast, hydrangeas are everywhere, as you probably know. So it felt like a little week just having a piece of the Northeast in this Texas home. Really sweet. I also like the window in here, how it has the arch. I think it's really pretty. The view outside is gorgeous too. Just a nice comfy room, a great closet too. Lots of closets in this home. I haven't shown those. We have great storage too. And then we have this bathroom. This bathroom will be Connor's bathroom. Again, very spacious in here. He has a nice big bathtub. Yeah, I imagine eventually we will replace maybe the tile in here, do something with the vanity, but for now this is a great functional bathroom. We have a lot of storage right here too for towels and products and everything like that. Very, very spacious. I don't know what color we'll do on the walls. I like how this is a warm tone, but the lighting in here is a little bit funky. Just the lighting in general with our actual light bulbs, I think we need to go through and replace and figure out the vibe. But a great bathroom, lots of space. And then that brings us to our backyard, which is just the perfect size for us. We have so much space, but not too much space to keep up with, because obviously that's just a whole thing in of itself. We also have a shed too that they just had, so it was nice that we got to have that too. But we spend so much time outside that this was a non-negotiable for us, was just to have some sort of outdoor space. Did not to be crazy, and also we didn't want a pool, which I know a lot of people, especially in Texas, like having. My parents have a pool, it's great, but just for us with a young child, especially right now this season of life, realistically just not having to keep up with a pool is also really great. So excited to make this so much fun for Connor too, to get him a playhouse and just really make it a very magical place for him to grow up. We also have a lot of space that isn't grass that I'm wondering what we should do with. If you have any ideas over here, there's just a bunch of wood chips, dirt. I imagine it's because we have really big trees right here. It probably doesn't grow the grass very great over there, but a lot to work with, a lot that we're really excited about. The grass is so green right now. Someone took off my hair scarf, but we also have this laundry room right here too, which is great. Wow, that just made it a lot brighter. A little laundry space. They are fixing something still back there. We need to put the wall back on. But right now it's kind of just our storage space. We also have what I think is going to be our pantry right here too. But great light in here. We have a window, good stuff. And that's our home. That is everything. Yeah, I hope you guys feel comfortable because we're going to be spending a lot of time here, and I'm just really looking forward to sharing the whole process of making this place really feel like a home. But I can say this was the house that when we walked in, everyone told me you will know when you walk into the house when it's the house that is for you. This was really the only house that we got that feeling, and it was so real. And that's not to say that it's absolutely perfect. This house just had the perfect amount of things we wanted to update. It wasn't anything too intense. I think the only real house search segment I put into a vlog, those houses were much older than this one. This one's still not new by any means, but it's not built a century ago or anything like that. But it definitely still has so much charm, which was exactly what we were looking for. That, the natural lighting is incredible in this house. It's not completely open concept, but at the same time, it still feels cozy and warm warm. Each room really flows into the other really well, which I also love. Our backyard space is the perfect amount of maintenance. It's nothing absolutely crazy, but it's a great sized yard that we spend so much time in the backyard. I'm excited to really make that our own too, and of course just share everything with you guys. And I also love all the ceiling fans in this house. That looks like it's sticking right out of my head. But thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.